Hey guys, it's Coach Ron with my weekly YouTube post. Just want to thank everybody for the support. Kind of go over a few things. Sorry to those that I was delayed in getting back with, but if you bug me enough, I'll get back to you. But thanks again for the support. If this is something that's useful to you, please like it, subscribe, do whatever it is that benefits you. So primarily what I've been getting hit up about, amongst other things, is post-workout nutrition or post-WOD nutrition if you're into the CrossFit thing. I've CrossFitted now as my primary conditioning, or cardio as they say, source of conditioning. Has been CrossFit for about 10 years now. I competed in the 2008 games before the CrossFit craze got all crazy and I started getting stuff dialed in, and basically in a nutshell, people were just too good and I was too old. So I have tinkered around with how to address post-workout stuff, and now that I've the programming's really good for CrossFit. It's just that I had some specific needs and stuff that I wanted to reach, strength and conditioning wise. So my cardio is primarily CrossFit or high intensity stuff, very kind of CrossFitty for lack of a better word. And that my strength training stuff, which everything's built upon now, is all West Side stuff. So I tend to do the West Side for Athletes type model, as well as program that for my folks, as well as some of the CrossFit boxes and stuff that I've worked with. So when you're post-WOD, say you do a dynamic effort day, and on dynamic effort day and some of my conditioning days or speed days, they tend to be very kind of high intensity. And I don't program for skill or anything. I just care about the energy pathway, and say you hammer it really hard. So when you're on the back end of that, you want to do certain things to refuel. And primarily for post-WOD stuff, you want to stay away from fat because it slows digestion and absorption. And you kind of want to stick with a very quick kind of protein and carb mixture. I try to go 1-to-1 or keep it there. And mind you, this is coming from a dude that has a very, how shall I say, flexible diet. I used to get real hardcore about it. I weigh and measure a lot of my stuff. I zone primarily, but that doesn't mean I won't zone like 3 donuts or something like that, if you follow what I'm saying. So, but I tend to look at my stuff and look at what blocks are in it. And post-WOD, I want to maximize my protein and my carbohydrate consumption. So these are some of the things that I've thrown together that work real well for me, and you can modify them accordingly or use the same thing. I won't mind. But post-WOD, once I kind of calm down and I'm not going to throw my stuff up, and my stomach isn't all jacked up, I will kind of throw down maybe between 2 and 4 blocks of protein and carbs, and I tend not to do it in solid food. The protein supplement industry and stuff I primarily use because it's very convenient, absorb quick, and it tastes good. And I tried some of the high-end protein powders. I won't mention their names or anything. Great brands, worked really, really well, but primarily why I didn't use them anymore was because of taste. And you folks that are out there doing the raw thing and everything, more power to you. I'm older, and I don't have enough hate in me to just absorb that stuff and carry on. So that's it. So I don't tend to buy like a lot of high-end stuff. It all really just depends. So I have been using this and this, because you can pick it up at some of the stores, and another flavor of the same stuff like that. So I tend to look at the food label quite a bit, and that's of my protein, my carbs. Hey, don't laugh. Boom. I have a 5-year-old at home, and that supplies my stuff. Don't tell my wife, because I do probably bang about 2 or 3 of those a day. My stepdaughter probably bangs about 10 of them a day. So if we get caught, it's all her fault. Okay. But long and short of it, we call them squeezies. Okay. I always look on the back, it's got all the nutritional stuff. I always look to make sure that the first few ingredients are real. Okay. If it says high fructose corn syrup, I stay away from it. You can read all the science and stuff on it. I tend to geek out on that stuff, but you want real ingredients. So for example, this is organic apple, okay? It's good. This right here, to break the blocks down, has 15 grams of carbohydrates, no fat, no protein. Okay, so you're basically going to get, there's 9 grams of carbs in a block. Okay, so you're basically going to get a block and change, okay, of carbs. So I tend to eat like five block meals, give or take, and in a day. So right there, I'd bang 2 of these, and that'd give me right around 3 blocks and change. Okay, because you'd end up with 30 grams total if you have 2 of these. Okay, you divide it by 9, you get 3 and change. Okay, for the protein, for example, I'll just go over one of them because they're all a little bit different. For this one, for the muscle milk, it's got 1.5 grams of fat. 1.5 grams of fat gives you 1 block, or 1.5 grams. And then it has almost 0 carbs. It's got 3 grams. So it gives you a small percentage of carbs, and it's got 25 grams of protein, or I'm sorry, 27 grams of protein. The other brand that I showed you has 25 grams of protein, 2 grams of carbs, no fat. So long and short of it, and that's for 1 scoop. For 1 scoop of that, you're going to be looking at, since there's 7 grams of protein per block, you're going to be looking at, I don't know, 3 and change, right? So 7, times 3 is 21, and then 28, so you're looking right around in there. So I'll bang a scoop of that with some water, and it tastes good, so it's not the raw stuff, which I can't do. And 2 of those squeezes on the go. Okay, that's pretty much 3 blocks and change, 4 blocks, and I'm good to go after a hard high intensity workout once things have kind of calmed down. After that, you're kind of done, or you can do some of your accessory stuff, like your Broflex type stuff. I got my 5-year-old freaking checking on me. You can do some of that stuff, and then if it's a max effort day, I'll be honest with you, it's very different for me because I might eat right before going in, and I might actually even eat between sets, and I'm talking solid food. High intensity stuff, like I just described before for this portion, I tend not to eat food probably no earlier than like maybe an hour, maybe a little less if I'm hard for time. But that's pretty much it. Hopefully that helps. This is just real quick on the high intensity stuff because the last person I talked to wanted that stuff, as well as some of the feedback I've gotten through email. So that's it. Hopefully that helps you. Hope you guys had a great 4th. It's the 5th today, and that's it. So remember, be awesome. Remember, thumbs down, pinkies up. Peace.